it's Shawnee. Welcome back. I know, I don't even know the last time I did a video, but I was inspired to do one because I had a virtual doctor's appointment yesterday, and I didn't have on any makeup, and my doctor was like, "Are you okay?" So, okay, girl, thanks for calling me out. It sounds like, so maybe, you know, to avoid the questions, I should just go ahead and do my makeup today. So yeah, and my appointment was, you know, related to like mental health stuff, checking in. So let me know if you want to know what it's like to be a psychologist and have to manage your own like mental health stuff. Anyway, there are so many stories. There are so many stories. So let me just go ahead and get started. I'm going to go in with my paint base from Colored Rain. And so my brother and I, our trip is in like 10 days or something. So we were on the phone late last night. I was up late. I was up at like midnight, 1 o'clock. You know, my bedtime is like 9 or 10. But this past weekend, like the 4th on to Tuesday, girl, and I tell you, I thought that I would have a break, you know, just like chilling, relaxing, but I had some serious like clinical emergencies like every day. And when I tell you that mess took me out, okay, like police were involved, like, man, I do feel emotionally depleted, but at the end of the day, I do think that I managed everything like pretty well, pretty badassy. Yeah, it was a lot. It was really a lot. And I hadn't realized, like, I think earlier in the week, I signed up for this, like meditation and journaling class at, the yoga studio. And I do journal. I've journaled since I was like a child. I had signed up for it just to kind of try it out, and then like woke up on Saturday and I was like, thank God that I signed up for this, because I hadn't had a chance to really process everything that happened. And have I cried yet? I don't even know. I don't think I have. Maybe I'll do that Tuesday in therapy. But yeah, it was, man. So everyone was like, "Oh, what'd you do for the 4th?" And I'm like, talk to the police all day. So, whew, yeah, child. I mean, and then I was up again at what time? Like 2 or 3 the next morning. Y'all, it was just a lot, okay? It was just a lot. A couple of things this thing in particular is not something I've had to do. Like, yeah, there are other things where I'm like, okay, you know, we need to get this person to safety and blah, 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 but chat. Anyway, it was just a lot. So, yeah, I didn't really get to chill. So I feel like I'm like still recovering from that. Anyway, today I have all people that I've been working with for quite a while, and then one of my supervisees. But I figured I would use some ADEPT Cosmetics palettes. I just grabbed a few of them. Quite a few of them. Flying Fiddles, I feel like I've used that quite a bit. Cyborg Choir. This one. No idea what I'm gonna wear. Then this one is the Amy Loves palette, like cooler tones. And then what is this one? Legend of Ardra. I don't even know that I've used this one. Yeah, so let's go with this one. Ooh, it's so hot. Do y'all get sweaty? And then, you know, it's that kind of sweaty where it's like you have to lay on the bed and hold your boobs up so the fan can go on you. And that leads me to my first story, okay? So in January, when G and I went to LA to visit my family, is that the only reason we went? Yeah, to visit my family. It just so happened that when I went through the TSA, like the thing, right, where they scan you or whatever. Now, several times they've been like, oh, we need to pat you down, right? Let's start with, maybe I'll do sort of a gradient of these three, and then I'll pop on some sort of shimmer. So yeah, several, like, I've been pulled over. I've been pulled aside a couple of times, right? Several times. It's not fun, right? It's like, I don't want you patting me, touching my body like that. I don't know you like that. So, you know. Anyway, there have been times where there was one time where they had to like search my hair. My hair was like I had two big twists. What's gonna be in there? I don't know. But the lady was all up in my, it was uncomfortable. It felt a little, anyway. There have been other times like my bra seems to make it go off a lot. And they'll be like, do you have anything on? No, I don't have, it's just the breast. It's just breast meat in there. But they have to, you know, this time, you know, it goes off and homegirl is like, oh, okay, we have to pat you down. Is anything in your pockets? I don't even have pockets. I have on like a t-shirt and yoga pants. And the thing, I think she did the wand, right? It went off in my crotch area, like my vaginal area, right? And I was like, what you think is in there? Besides just, you know, my body? Like, what we about to do? Okay, what are we about to do? How you gonna start? No, okay, no, nope. Nope. This is the first time that's happened to me, right? And G was like parking the car, and he has like all those things like clear and all that where you can just walk in. So he's like working essentially, parking the car, and he's like, I'll just meet you. Like by the time I park and all that stuff, like we'll get through security at the same time. So he wasn't there, right? So it's just me with this lady, like, about to pat my lady bits down. I just feel like we don't know each other like that. Like, I'm not interested. Like, so they pat it down, and then they're just like, okay, you know, go ahead. Thankfully, it wasn't like a strip search, because nope. You know, this is not. Oh, I just remembered. You know, my insurance is just shady as all get out, because now my gynecological people won't be taking my insurance, United Healthcare. And I've been seeing this lady for 10, 11, what we... Yo, United Healthcare might be the actual worst. I'm not switching. I've been going to this late. No, I'm not switching. No. So I got to figure out how much am I going to have to pay to get my lady bitch checked out. I'm going to call it. Anyway. We're going to have to figure something out. We're going to have to figure something out. I need to write somebody or whatever. That's what they suggested in, like, the message. You know, like, let the insurance company know. But I'm like, girl, it took me 4 months to even get medication. Anyway. So much. I have been on the medication for about a month. And it seems like it's working. Now, it hasn't completely taken the flares away, but they're so much more manageable and just like not as intense. Anyway, so I can update you on that in another video. So, okay. So I get through, you know, and I go to the thing, the gate, and here comes G. He had gotten us like some breakfast or lunch or whatever time it was. And I was like, dude, like, my badge made the thing go off. He finds it incredibly hilarious. I'm like, listen, my goodies, I guess, set things off. But recently, I was reading, because I've talked to people and they've been like, oh, that's happened to me too. And I'm like, girl, that ain't never happened to me. But, so recently I was reading something, and this lady who hadn't traveled in like 15 years, she said the same thing happened to her. And so I find out, because I guess she went on Reddit, and other people were like, yeah, girl, that's happened to me too. It's like a, and so looking into it, girl, that's something that happens quite a bit to folks. Well, I feel like this is low. Quite a bit, or it's not uncommon. No, I don't like that either. It's not uncommon. People are like, oh yeah, honey, that happened to me too. And so I looked stuff up, and some TSA agents say that they call it swamp crotch. Let me tell you, ain't nothing swampy about my crotch, okay? But what it is if you're like sweaty, and you're sweaty in your like crotch area, it can make the thing go off. I have a problem with this because when you sweat, you tend to sweat everywhere. And I like, it was a combination of just walking through the airport, anxiety. So I was having like anxiety perspiration, right? For a lot of different, no, for one reason. But, so I'm like, so you trying to tell me that because I'm sweating in my body, all over my body, that's going, but particularly in the crotchical area, that's gonna make the thing go off? And how dare you call it swamp crotch? Like, come on, I will have you know, my crotch is amazing, okay? Everything that, like, it's amazing. I will give you references. So I'm like, y'all couldn't come up with nothing else. You couldn't come up with nothing else. So furthermore, and I'm like, so to me, it had to be the anxiety because I'm always hot, right? I'm hot right now. I'm always hot. So I'm thinking it was more intense because I was anxious, like, yeah. And I don't get anxious like traveling. It was stress. It was stress and anxiety. And I was hot the rest of the time. I don't even know that I was able to like, I mean, I took something to help me relax. I think that helped a little bit, but yeah, I was just hella hot. So yeah, I was reading. G found it hilarious, okay? He was having a good old time laughing at his partner. And I was like, you better be glad that you got me this cinnamon pretzel thing, okay? And it was one of those things where it's like, he was eating stuff and, you know, of course I was like, no, I don't want anything. And then I was like, can I have that? So he had luckily bought, you know, he knows me well. So listen, let me tell you what else can make the thing go off, because they said your crotchical area, and also like if you're fuller figured is what they said, like if you got a little, you know, extra junk in the trunk, apparently it can make it go off. Oh child, that's another story. I think it said like feminine products. So if somebody, if they have on like a pad or a tampon, like is there a difference? What if they have the cup? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What is it that, yeah. And homegirl, she said she went like on both legs of her flight she passed through, it flagged her groin area during the security scan. She said she had no piercings, no medical devices, and her pockets were empty. And they're like, what was the culprit? Her sweaty crotch. I just feel like that's saying something about the person. Like, ew, unless you're invited into that area, just leave it alone. Don't talk about it. Just leave it alone. So it says the TSA millimeter wave technology doesn't just detect metal. It responds to anything that disrupts the signal, including moisture. So y'all think that going through security and all that stuff, that's not gonna cause people to be a little perspirant? I don't think that's a word, but you know what I mean. So TSA expert Shauna Redden told Reader's Digest that sweat is one of the stranger things that can trigger an alert because of how the waves bounce off water. And it happens more than people realize. I don't know that I've ever seen it happen to other people, but whatever. Feminine products, snug clothing, or even body shape can trip the scanner. Their systems are designed to accommodate a range of body types, but the reality is that some people get flagged more often, especially if you have a fuller figure. So not only do I have apparently a fuller figure, I also was wearing like super snug clothing, and my lady bits it was just sweaty. Don't act like it hasn't happened to you, okay? Like, but I don't like, anyway. So they're like, you know, if you realize that you're getting a little sweaty, then like maybe like consider some moisture wicking underwear and pack some powder. So you want me you want me to go to the bathroom before I get in the TSA? Can I do it in the line? Because those security lines be long. So what am I supposed to do? I'm not about to go and waste time like talcum powdering my body down. Anyway, but I didn't have any undies on, so that probably didn't help, right? But they're saying sweat alone is enough to raise alarms. But what bothers me is the fact that some little person decided that they want to call it swamp crotch. So let me explain to you what a swamp is and why I am very offended. A swamp is a type of wetland characterized by woody vegetation, such as trees and shrubs, and mineral or organic soils that are flooded or saturated for a significant portion of the growing season. They're dominated by either coniferous or deciduous trees. They play a crucial role in the ecosystem by providing habitat for various species and regulating water flow. I appreciate that part. Tell me if that happened to you. Now that I know, because I was walking around like, my lady must be just making alarms go on. What? So they really just like doused that like ego trip in just ice water. Did I put all the colors on? Yes. In ice water. Like I feel like very singled out. What? So then not only are my breasts going in the bra, the underwire, not only is that gonna make it go off, but then if I'm sweating, but I have a few thoughts. Anyway, let me know if that's happened to you. I'm just sharing that story, that very vulnerable story, in case it happens to you, okay? I just want you to know that really like hit my confidence and my ego. I'm like, oh, this happened to other people. It's just like you're sweaty, girl. Let me tell you, I'm so upset about it because I was really feeling like, obviously the explanation is that it's just like super duper, just, it's gonna get you. It's gonna set alarms on. No, girl, you just need to put some powder down there. I ain't doing all that, okay? Just chill. But I say all of that because my brother and I are meeting in Miami to go on the cruise. And I'm like, don't start right now, okay? Because it's hot, all right? It's hot here. It's gonna be hot in Miami. Like, don't be doing all that, okay? I don't have time. All right, I don't have time, okay? So if it goes off, I'm just like, first of all, I have on a underwire bra. Thank you. And I know y'all don't like busty people, and I'm sweaty. All right, so I'm going to go into, I want to use these like swirly, what's that called? Anyway, I'm going to go in with Medora and 2367. Anyway, so that's one thing that happened, right? So I'm prepared this time. I'm prepared. Okay, this isn't picking up very well on a brush. But looks like it'll be, because it's not really picking up. Probably be better to tap this on. Just like a little bit of a different formula. Oh, that's pretty. I also have to figure out what makeup I'm gonna take. And so my brother and I are trying to decide on the drink package. Obviously, we need a drink package, right? So last time when my brother went on a cruise, he got it for himself, and you're supposed to get your money's worth, you have to do like 15 drinks a day. So he was like, the first 2 days he was good. I was like, you know what? But he was like, the rest of it, I'm like, okay. So I don't think, we just gonna try to figure it out because we're in 2 different rooms. But either way, if we were in the same room and one of us got the drink package, like both of us would have to. That doesn't make any sense to me, okay? So we're just gonna figure out a way to make it work. But we have to get that. And then yesterday we were on the phone super late, and we were able to like check in, and like it's a group, so everybody's coming from different places, so they wanted to make sure we were all checking in at the same time because everybody else is coming from LA. And then there's some kind of like excursion that everybody is gonna go on. I was like, I ain't paying $200 to go on no excursion. I will excurge myself right by this pool. And so my brother was like, well, I'm not gonna go without you. So I think he's gonna pay for that. I'm gonna pay for the drink package, and I probably will just have to get drunk consistently to really just make myself not think about the money I'm spending. Yeah. Let's see how this is kind of the same sort of, it's almost like a putty. Wow, I'm taking so much time. I'm gonna put it on, and then so I have longer nails. The other night, it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. Was this? This was also over the weekend. When I tell you the weekend was like, pop, 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 pop. I'm just, I think, doing a crossword, supposed to be asleep. Rose is just chilling with me, you know. She's gotten less scared of the bed, so now she's like, I'm gonna be in here with you. What Rose does is she'll just like be out on the stairs and just be staring at me, and I'll like get ready to go to bed. You know, I put on the CPAP, I put on my eye mask, I just like lay back, and now that I have the adjustable bed, you know, I can adjust it real hospital bed like. And then what I realized is that when I'm all, you know, ready and, you know, just chilled, lights are off, here she come, right? Now, sometimes she does it when I've already fallen asleep. But one time I think she thought I was asleep, and I see her, she's like creeping. I'm like, that's what be happening. Cause I'm like, sometimes it's hot because she pasted up against me. She definitely thinks I'm her feline mother, okay? So yesterday she does that and she's on one side. I'm like, I don't need you on this side. So I'm like, can you please get over on this side? Thank you. Oh, I don't know why I said that. Well, I don't even know. I have so many stories. Also, I'm gonna update you in another video because that girl, the mushroom lady from Australia, girl, she was found guilty. She was convicted. So we're gonna talk about that because I have to remind you of the story and everything. So that's gonna be a different day. But the other day, I was driving. Where did I put the phone? I was driving and I was going to Dunkin' to get stuff. Where's the phone? Oh, also let me show you this. So this is my summer phone case because I'm a Leo. So this is what I'm taking on the cruise. Girl, so I was driving, minding the business that minds me. And I think, so I was going to Dunkin' and G lives closer there. So I'm like, hey, what you doing? Well, you home? But I need to get my Dunkin', right? Here's a text I sent to, I'm in a group chat with my brother and our other friends, like a sister. And then with a different one with Erica and Jan. So I sent this to them, both of them. I just saw a beat up old truck. Oh, I didn't say old. Oh, truck with a beat up old man advertising professional crime scene cleanup. Y'all. It's very, what was that sunshine thing? You know what I'm talking about? I have never seen one of those in my life. Now, I know that it takes a special sort of, you can't just use like bleach and Pine Sol, right? It takes special stuff to clean up a crime scene. And what I had learned one time was that the authorities and stuff, they don't clean it up. You have to go in there and clean it up. But I had never thought about, like, yeah, you would have to find somebody to clean it up. Also, because it's an effing crime scene, it's probably hella, like, triggering. But the thing is, and I don't know if this is good or bad, that's so interesting how it's coming out different. No, it's not, girl. It's a swirly one. But I hadn't thought of like, would you Google it? And the thing is, this truck that he was in, it was real beat up. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Do I want someone who looks a little dusty in this dusty truck coming to clean up a crime scene? And then I was like, I was going to take a picture. But then I was like, I feel like karmically that wouldn't be a good idea because I don't want to have to need professional crime scene cleanup people. You know what I mean? I just feel like it was messing with karma a little bit if I took the picture and then I'd be like, oh, you know, I need one of those. Let me just go ahead. I have a picture. No, so I didn't take it. I remember, you know, the information, but I just felt like, what do you think? I just feel like it just wouldn't have been, I don't know. I feel like karma will be like, well, you're prepared. So we're going to go ahead and just, you know, we'd like for you to be able to use this and do a Google review. I feel like that's what karma would do because I don't know what deities I have pissed off, but this weekend assured me that it's somebody. I did something to somebody. Or, you know, when they're like, the Lord won't give you more than you can bear or whatever. I'm like, I feel like you need to reassess. You need to because somewhere along the line we have like lost the plot and you're overconfident. You're overly confident about this person because I need you to stop. Okay. So y'all, it's taking so long, but it's just like, it's just so much, right? Let me see what else I was going to tell you. So let me know if you would hire the professional, like I guess you would have to Google it if you needed. Well, I'm not going to Google it. I just feel like it's not a good idea. I'm gonna just leave it alone. Do we want to talk like about the idiocy of some people? I think we should. So no. Hold on. Let me tell you this other one. That I would fight somebody. I don't even think I saved the story. Where was it? Let's see. Y'all, I have to tell you this story. It was in Norway. CNN World reported it. Thousands of Norwegians mistakenly told they'd won life-changing sums in lottery error. Sit with that a second while I put on primer. It's a little bit of this. We're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna use, maybe I'll do a thing where I'm showing you what I'm packing. I'm gonna use the Blurring Balm. And Vanessa Myrick just came out with these CoverFX like sticks. And of course, Jessa and I are like, oh my God, we gotta get up. But I don't know yet. First of all, I don't have discretionary cash right now. So anything we don't need, we will not be purchasing, okay? Anyway, I did that. And I'm going to use, I dropped it, my Haus Labs foundation in the shade, where is it? I always forget. 480 medium deep neutral. Okay, so let me tell you about these Norwegians. So their national lottery people have apologized. Now, I just feel like there are so many lottery stories, like the guy who won $5 million and he couldn't pick it up because he didn't have his ID. His ID had been stolen, and now I think about it, the girlfriend might have stolen it because she was able to pick it up and she pieced out. She was like, this is mine. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. And that's terrible, right? Can't say that I wouldn't do it. But anyway, I'm gonna use a sponge. I haven't used a sponge in a while. So they get I guess it's a text. I already am suspicious. I don't know how. Maybe come to my house or call me. I don't know. I don't believe anything. Okay? I don't believe anything. Sometimes I have to watch it because I'll get a text and it's actually important, and I'll be just like delete and block. And anyway, so Norsk Tipping receives the prize amounts in euros, and then they convert it into Norwegian kroner. So they're supposed to get the euros, and they're supposed to divide it by 100, but they multiplied it. That's a whole other mathematical, like, is that a word? Mathematic computation. Okay, it's a whole different part of the class. So they multiplied by 100 rather than dividing by 100. And they sent messages and push notifications to customers that showed the wrong inflated winnings. And then they issued a correction. I don't know how soon or whatever the correction was. I mean, I don't think it was like, oops, everything is falling. You know, oopsies, that text that we just sent you 5 minutes ago. Just kidding. You didn't win all that money, girl. So just imagine if you it's like you won $1, right? And they're like, we're gonna multiply that by 100 rather than dividing it so that you get like nothing. So one man woke up and he had gotten, what was it? Maybe this is a different story. I mean, maybe this is one that I didn't. He was told that he had won like $119,000. When I tell you I be fighting somebody. He had won. He was told, he got a text message and a push notification. So y'all are serious about it if you're going to give me a push notification. But yeah, he had thought he won $119,000. Turns out, it was like $12 and change. When I tell you, I would, no, we gonna have to fight, because they're like, oh, we sincerely apologize to everyone who was notified of an incorrect prize amount. The company blamed the issue on a manual coding manual coding error, sorry. And nobody had gotten that money, right? They were just like, it was our bad. So the CEO is like, I'm terribly sorry that we disappointed so many people. And I understand that people are angry with us. I've received many messages from people who had managed to make plans for holidays or plans to buy an apartment or renovations before they realized that the amount was wrong. To them, I can only say, sorry. There's an exclamation point after the sorry. I'm gonna need you to not. I bet you he included some sort of emoji. But I understand that this is a small consolation. And he later stepped down. On Friday evening, thousands of Norwegians were mistakenly told that they had won a large prize. This was an error that affected many and which we take very seriously. We deeply regret what has happened, and on behalf of us at Norsk Tipping, I would like to apologize to everyone who was affected. We're working intensively to make sure that something similar doesn't happen again. And now they're like, oh, the jackpot has now reached 37.3 million. This is the kind of stuff that makes people go insane. This is the kind of stuff, okay? This is the kind of stuff. Because, first of all, though, these people should not have made plans until they had that money in their hands. And, I mean, I just don't trust anything, because I would be like, y'all probably just gonna take it right on back. So, I don't trust, because this isn't the only story where it's been like, oh yeah, you won, and then they're like, oopsies. So a manual error, nobody checked it. Nobody checked it. Did you mistake that? But it was supposed to be the division sign is dot, line, dot, right? And they multiplied it. That's an X. Maybe somebody hadn't gotten their like eye exam, hadn't gotten their eye exam, and so they didn't realize that it was like, you know what I mean? Please hurry up. This is gonna be like an hour long. Maybe somebody didn't realize it, but whoever that, so why the CEO? Why was he the one that stepped down? I want to know who did it, who manually. So if it was manual, though, think about this. Did they go through and calculate everybody's? It was, well, I guess manual could also be inputting it into the system, right? I guess that could be, yeah, they probably weren't doing it by hand, girl. But you didn't check your work. You're supposed to check your work. You learned that in school. Go over and check your work. So you didn't check your work. And nobody else checked it. I would feel like, being that it's a national lottery, I would just, I mean, you know what they say about assuming, but I would just, like, I'm gonna need to have more than one person. Because you don't know, you could be sleep deprived and you think, oh yeah, they said multiply. But you know what? It's probably safer to not say who it is, because that person would probably be jumped. Like, honest mistake. But I know you did not just tell me that I won $119,000, and now you're talking about oopsies. It's like less than 15. We would fight. I would fight somebody. And he did not say sorry with an exclamation point. Get out of here. That's why I'm glad you stepped down. Don't put, I don't need, like, and it's just sorry with an exclamation point. It's not even I'm sorry. He probably did the calculations. Or public relations, like, was like, yeah, girl, that's fine. Do it. Just send a quick text. I would just be... I would have rather you just been like, you didn't win anything. Like, that's what I would rather. Because now I'm thinking, oh, good, I could pay my bills. And now it's like, actually, no, you can't. I would fight somebody. Keep your $20. Keep it. Keep it, okay? Just keep it. Probably spent more getting the damn ticket. Oh, can you sue? I would sue. You could sue for that, right? And also, this is literally like emotional distress. Because if people were starting to plan stuff, I can't imagine that the text came very quickly after, right? And I think they said it was like they were having a meeting or something, and somebody must have been like, oh, snap. Yeah. Oops. You know what? Okay. Like, mistakes happen. So maybe I'm being too harsh on them. But could you imagine calling your family and be like, $119,000? And then, just kidding, y'all. Like, just putting it in the group chat. Like, just kidding. It's just, no. It's like, it's significantly less. Like, by a lot. Yeah. No, like, by a lot. Like... Fight, double fight. Let me tell you this last story while I hurry up. Okay. I don't know. Like, some of y'all have probably experienced, like, significant back pain, right? Yeah. So, you might often look for things to help you with your pain, right? Now, this man, which already, I'm like, of course this man, a man did it. He decided, I don't know if he looked online or what he did, but he decided that he was going to try a home remedy. So for a good 18 months, this man took his manly juices. And decided to inject himself with a hypodermic needle with his stuff into his arm. As like a home remedy. Then he went to the doctor because his arm like swelled up. And obviously the doctors are putting out like a PSA, like, you know, just not, this isn't a good idea. You probably don't want to do that. So, you know, they also looked like, they said they looked online and they couldn't find anything that was like, you should try this. You know, usually have like, don't try this at home, but they couldn't find anything. I guess the man didn't say how he found this information. Why he, I mean, there, you know, there's research to show that there are benefits of semen, sperm, all that stuff. But how did he retrieve the sample? How did he retrieve the sample? Okay, no, I don't really want to know. But I kind of do. I like to know the process that the processes people take to, like, make decisions and stuff. And this one, you know, like, okay. God, could you... And then I guess they gave him something to help his back pain, and then he like checked himself out of the hospital. He just like peaced out. And, you know what I love about like international news is that they don't be giving people names. I feel like America, they be like, John Smith, 42, located at 123 Broadway Avenue. Putting all your business out there. I just used the Oma Beauty powder in the shade Honey. I just feel like they will be putting everybody's business out there. I'm gonna go in with the Janessa Myricks, whatever this is. This is contour. Again, this is confirmation. Like, you can tell the people who don't have friends, right? Or who aren't honest with their friends. Because, or maybe he has a whole bunch of guy friends and they were just like, yeah, dude, go ahead and give it a try. You know, it's real natural. Like, I don't think that's what they meant when they said home remedies. I don't know, because maybe he had used it for other things and found some sort of like result that wouldn't cause edema. But no, I can't say because just, you know. I'm setting this with this NARS powder. What is this? This shade is Seafront. It's their soft matte powder. I had initially gotten this one for a setting powder, but I felt like it actually ended up being too deep for that. And then I'm going to go in. I wish I was having an appointment with my doctor today so I could be like, look, all right, I'm okay. I'm just looking through all of my Vanessa, whatchamacallit. How you gonna do that? How you gonna inject? Ew. And I'm sorry, I know you can get everything off of Amazon because that's where he got it. He got the hypodermic needle for Amazon. I just have a feeling, given the you know what they're saying, that he didn't like. I don't think you could use the same needle like that for 18 months. Thing is, it didn't even work. So you do it for 18 months and your back's still hurting? You didn't think like after a month, you're like, okay, this is like not working. No, you just kept doing it. What is that thing about doing the same thing and expecting a different, whatever outcome is like insanity or whatever? That just took home remedy way too far. I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I'm gonna put some mascara on and probably a red lipstick, and I will be back. So here's the finished look, just like this summer, is it a caftan? It's just like a real flowy dress, right? It's giving like middle age, it's giving auntie, it's giving comfort. Here's everything, and I gotta go. So it was lovely catching up with you. I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. Let me know your reaction to all the stories. I know there were a lot, but let me know what you think. Pick your favorite. Anyways, I would love it if you like the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you